It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got some Tom MacDonald today, baby. This one's called Man in the Sky. I'm a couple days late on this. I didn't even know it dropped. I was recording reactions on Friday. It must have been before this came out because I didn't see it. And then today I just happened to be browsing, I was going to say Twitter, but YouTube, and it just popped up. So I figured, you know what? Let's dive in. Better late than never. For anyone that doesn't know, I go live pretty much every single day on Twitch, twitch.tv/DuaneTV. It's a lot of gaming. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. We just beat Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm kind of all over the place with the types of games that I play. And then Fridays, we do music reactions. So if y'all ever want to stop in, that's where I'm kicking it. But right now, we got some time. So let's get into it. Let's see what this man was cooking with.
There's a man on TV at a desk in a suit. He lies through his teeth and they still call it the news. And there's a man in a white coat whose medicine kills. He loves when you're sick cause you pay for his pills. There's a man at the bank.
Okay, I already know there's about to be some real shit. I wasn't expecting this when it was Man in the Sky. I see him standing there with the guitar. I'm like, oh, he's just going to drop a little vibey thing. But he's going to speak some real shit in this. I like that because what he's saying is so true. Dude on the TV, suit, sitting in front of the desk, trying to tell you what's going on. And in all reality, probably lying to you at least 70-80% of the time. At least that's what it feels like to me. Then you got the dude in the white coat who's supposed to be the guy that you look to help you in these bad situations when you get sick or something's going on. But in all reality, he makes money off of helping you. So, like, I'm not saying that everybody is happy that people get sick, but there are people out there that are happy that people get sick, right? It's not everybody, but it's how they get paid, right? So in some sense, they have to kind of want it to happen.
Then they still call it the news. And there's a man in a white coat whose medicine kills. He loves when you're sick cause you pay for his pills. There's a man at the bank who will give you a loan so that you'll buy a house and then he'll take your home. There's a man who wants you spending your life online. Those are searching for truth but controls what you find. We'll be fine, babe.
Yo, this shit is so
We
real.
don't make it through. There's a man in a church who I really hope told me the truth. Said there's a man in the sky watching over me and you. It don't help if you can fly. It's way past the moon. And there's men here on the ground that just want to burn it down. They want money, they want power, don't want no one else allowed. We'll be fine, babe. I'll be the man for you.
Bro, this shit. Now, not only is he speaking real shit, but like it's just a vibe in general. Like I like it. It just got a good feel to just kind of sit back and listen to. But it also is going to make you think.
There's a man in a court sworn to uphold the law, but he's crooked as a fence post and don't do his job. There's a man in a classroom who should know the facts, but he's brainwashing kids, teaching English and math. There's a man in your phone who hears everything you say. He knows everywhere you go, every joke you ever made. There's a man with a bloodline that owns the whole world. Every airplane and building and gold brick and pearl. Will be fine, babe, if we don't make it through. There's a man in a church who I really hope told me the truth. Said there's a man in the sky watching over me and you. It won't help if you can fly. It's way past the moon. And there's men here on the ground that just want to burn it down. They want money, they want power, don't want no one else allowed. We'll be fine, babe. I'll be the man for you.
This shit is real. I just kind of, I was going to pause it, but I just kind of been sitting and thinking about when he's, talked about there's a man with one bloodline that owns the whole world. And in all reality, like shit like that is real. Because when you think about it, people have been here from the beginning of time. And back then you had certain families and bloodlines and stuff that were the more powerful people of the time. And then obviously as we evolved over time and we started to utilize dollars and so on and so, like there's been people in position to fully take advantage of those situations and keep themselves at a certain point. And then it just gets passed on down to the next family member and the next and the next, you know what I'm saying? And they just continue to level themselves up to the point where, like, you know what I mean? It's one of those weird things where it's like we kind of know it, but you can't see it because it's been built up and processed and done this way for so long, and people are in such position that you don't even really realize it, and we're so stuck And when I say stuck, I don't mean, because stuck sounds like it's almost our own fault to an extent, but we're so caught up, I should say, in our day-to-day lives, right? Like our own responsibilities, our own bills we got to pay, our own situations amongst people that we know, our families, our friends, and stuff like we don't have time to really constantly think about and worry about all this other, you know what I mean? I truly believe shit like that is happening. I like to theorize about it in so many different ways, as far as like, who is it? Is it multiple people? Do they really have control of everything? Is, this, that, and the third? Because like I'm sure there's nuance to it, right? Like there is going to be some situations that we might think are real, and they're just not, and then other ones that really are, right? And so I always find it interesting. Like I just like to theorize about shit that we may never really know 100% of the answer of, unless you're in the know or you're one of those people or you're around those people. But it's the same thing when it comes to almost anything else in life. Like I think that what the problem is that people become such strong conspiracy theorists that they start to make it their whole entire being in their life, and they start to really dive in to the point where it alters everything about them, if that makes sense. And I think that that's where it gets a little bit dangerous. But I like to dabble in conspiracy theories and talk about all the possibilities and so on and so forth. But it's not going to become who I am. It's one of the things I'm interested in. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Anyways, I go on tangents sometime. I don't know what to tell you.
Pray that the man in the sky's watching over us tonight, 'cause there's people looking down on us for fighting for what's right. Hold the line, babe, and I'll hold on to you. There's a man in the clouds, and I hope he's looking down, 'cause there's people here on earth who trying to put us in the ground. We'll be fine, babe, I won't let go of you. Said there's a man in the sky watching over me and you. It won't help if you can fly. He's way past the moon. And there's men here on the ground that just want to burn it down. They want money, they want power, don't want no one else allowed. We'll be fine, babe, I'll be the man for you.
That was dope. I like that. Again, one of the main reasons I like Tom's music is it brings about discussions, conversation, things that I think are worth talking about, that should be talked about. And it doesn't necessarily mean we're always going to come up with the answer because we have these discussions, but it gives everybody a better understanding of certain things. And we get to kind of connect and see other people's perspective on it and different angles at which we might look at shit. And I feel like that can only help us in the long run. And this is one of the less controversial videos that he has. You know what I'm saying? That he puts out some shit. He talks about all sorts of wild stuff. We go in, the comment section gets crazy, so on and so forth. This is something that I feel like a lot of us can probably agree on, regardless of what side we fall on when it comes to all this politics shit and all this other stuff that continually divides people. I feel like a lot of us can agree that we feel like the news and all these platforms probably have lied to us a lot over the years, right? Like I feel like the majority of us can agree with that, right? Now, some people might say, well, it's only certain ones. Regardless, we all can agree that there is the potential and the guarantee that it's happened, that we've been lied to. We all can agree that at some point there is some downfall when it comes to medication and it comes to some of the shit that's out there, and why we might not be in the fastest run towards figuring out cures for certain things. Although I'm sure like there's a want for it to an extent, but it's also like for the time being, we could just bank and make as much money as we can just treating symptoms. You know what I'm saying? So I think I feel like, I could be wrong. I'm sure. I mean, there's always an exception to the rule, but I feel like the majority of us can agree on a lot of these things. So this is one of those songs where it brings about conversation, but I feel like it's less divisive. It's more, let's have a talk because we all kind of feel this way. And so like, what is it type shit? Like what's happening? Like what can be done, or what, you know what I mean? Like, is there even an answer type of thing? And when I say divisive, I don't mean the other songs are bad or anything like that, but obviously they're more strongly opinionated songs where you're going to have people that are going to come in and they're going to legitimately have some pretty tense arguments with each other. I refrain from having those. I just give you guys my opinion, talk about shit, and I let people go crazy. But anyways, shout out to Tom. I appreciate all the music that he drops. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. Let me know what you guys thought down below. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys over on the Twitch side of things, and I will catch you in the next one, homies.